Hey everyone! In this video, I'll talk about Solo Leveling Episode 8. Outside of the first two episodes, this does feel like the best constructed episode of the series to date. Yet, it's an episode with no fights, not even a single argument. Of course, that doesn't mean it's devoid of drama. Until now, the anime's weak point was interrupting Jinwoo's intense moments to focus on other characters who don't matter to his story. This episode is better at handling the extended cast. Instead of randomly showing bits of each character, it connects them through a common theme, exploring what motivates each of them. At the top, like the guild leaders, they want to go back to the island from the beginning of the show. Choi Jong-un aims to strengthen all hunters and fix the earlier loss, while we learn Baek Yoon-ho seeks revenge for those who died under his command on the island. On the flip side, we saw Jinho's dad is after money and wants to break into the hunting market. Jinho just craves his dad's love. Jinwoo teams up with Jinho because his goals changed. At first, he just wanted money for his mom's hospital and sister's education. Now, with a way to cure his mom, Jin was focused on getting strong to gather what's needed for the cure. Using his guild to access dungeons seems the easiest way. Instead of just focusing on Jinwoo and the characters that matter later, the episode also checks in on those who joined him in the double dungeon. It looks at how their goals changed or stayed the same after the tough experience. Mr. Kim feels guilty for leaving Jinwoo, Juhee, and Chiyeo behind. Yeah, we all agree he should be, but he did it to support his family. Park seems to be in the same situation, judging by his comments in the first episode. Juhee's experience in the dungeon and seeing Jinwoo's newfound determination changed her. While she hid from the world, Jinwoo, the one left to die, got stronger without getting bothered. That inspired her to take control of her own life, overcoming her mother and fear of death. Lastly, there's Chiyeo, the guy in charge when people died in the double dungeon. He was the leader and could have said no to going further, sticking to the rules. Now, he just goes into dungeons to do what he can before his time runs out. He wasn't a bad guy or leader, just made a bad call. Meeting his old pals, we see Jinwoo hasn't changed much. He treats Chiyeo like a mentor and Juhee as a work friend. He doesn't even hate Kim and Park, despite what he went through because of them. Sure, he's less naive and tougher now, even willing to kill, but he hasn't lost kindness or forgiveness. It's a good thing to remember, especially with a group of convicts adding tension to the party. At the end of episode 8, most of the survivors of the double dungeon reunited. They've answered an emergency summons to take on a D-rank dungeon. But there are only 5 of them. So, who will the other 3 hunters in their squad be? Yeah, the Hunters Association thinks it's a great idea to supplement them with convicts. I don't know about you, but to me, that seems like a pretty bad idea. I'm not saying that convicts shouldn't be able to work with non-convicts. But there are certain situations in which this feels like an unnecessary risk. For example, this exact situation. We know whatever goes on inside the gates stays there. So why are the government putting convicts in the gates with regular folks? It's because there aren't enough hunters, and the government thinks these convicts won't harm others for 2 reasons. These are C-rank convicts with a B-rank handler named Taeshik Khan. If something goes south, the handler is supposed to handle all 3 of them. But the government doesn't think the handler will need to step in. Why? Because it's in the convicts' best interest not to cause trouble. These convicts are working as hunters to get out of jail early. If they do the job right, they get out sooner. So, it sounds good, but these convicts don't exactly seem reliable. And I'm not sure why they need convicts for this. I get you need 8 for a dungeon, but if the B-rank handler is stronger than all 3 C-rank convicts combined, why not just send the handler? This episode was good, but there weren't many exciting fights. Instead, it focused on how the Hunter Association operates, with guilds being the main power players. They're dealing with monster issues on Jeju Island. Even without action, it's not boring. There's a ton of important info for the future. Judging by the end, expect more challenges in the next episode. What's your take on Solo Leveling Episode 8? Do you feel the series is dragging, especially with a recap episode last week? Which one seems riskier, the Jeju Island Gate or the Demon Castle Dungeon? And would you be up for raiding a gate with convicts? Solo Leveling has been pretty consistent in delivering impressive animation, especially with Jinwoo's monster fights at the center of most episodes. However, Episode 8 is a bit different. Instead of the usual intense battles, it gives more time to the supporting characters and focuses on their drama and relationships rather than action. The episode shines in showcasing colorful character art, and A1 Pictures did a solid job keeping the webtoon's style in the anime. They also added modern urban settings, making the world feel vast. Due to a lot of conversations, there are many close-up shots, making it hard for characters to hide their emotions. With great voice acting, the animation effectively conveys rage, frustration, and fear, making the characters seem more human. Still, the animation's somewhat static nature might not fully showcase A1's talents in this episode. Thanks for watching. If you want more solo leveling reviews and updates, just hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. It'll really help our channel and community grow.